So we're going to talk about the brutal reality of dating today in 2025 and beyond. Basically, women have no clue what they're doing. And it's funny to me because there is some talk out there that's like, oh, men don't know what they're doing either. Men don't know what they want. Blah, blah, blah. Some women actually believe that some men don't know what they're doing. Men know exactly what they're doing. All right? Men know exactly what they're doing. Women that say men don't know what they're doing just don't know the answers to what these men are actually doing, leading them to believe that men don't know what they're doing. Men don't settle down until this. Men don't settle down until that. Oh, men in their 30s are even worse. They can't settle down. They can settle down when they're 40, but they don't understand anything. Men in their 30s are peak. You still have youth. You're probably successful. You're probably at your best good looking appearance. You have options. There's tons of women in their 20s that are a lot younger that want you. You're peak. Women just think, oh, men don't know what they're doing and all this stuff. They know exactly what they're doing. They just don't want you. Men know what they want and they would take it like this. Women, on the other hand, don't know what they're doing. This is the brutal reality about dating. Women actually don't know what they're doing, which is why, and I'm about to prove a solid point. This is why women pass on a lot of men when they're young, right? All to get older, all to look back when they're older at the good men that they've passed on being like, damn it. Where's all these men at now? This proves my point. You did not know what you were doing. You did not understand your value. You did not know what you were doing. You did not understand your value. You thought you could just live your life. It's always going to be the same. Men are always going to be attracted to you. There's always going to be a good man there that you have a certain standard for. No, he is not. You get old. You get old, men do not look at you the same. Like, not enough women are told this. And even if they are told this, they don't listen because they just think it's going to be different. They just don't think that's going to be the reality. They think for them it's different. It's not different for any of us. With time, everything changed. With time, everything changed, my friend. Yes, it does. The mistake women make is not knowing what the F they're doing. All right? They don't know what they're doing. Men do know exactly what they're doing. At every walk of life, at every step of life, and at any age, a man is not stupid enough to turn down a very high quality woman. It's the women that aren't good enough that say, oh, men can't settle down and all this stuff. They can't settle down with you. You're good for something. He don't want to settle down with you. He wants better. But with women, the best men that are in front of them, they even turn them away. Men would never. There's not a man alive that's going to turn down a very high quality female. No, sir, it does not happen. I've never done it. Not once in my life have I ever turned down a high quality woman. Never. She's always going to get the time of day. Because I'm not stupid. And I know when something good comes around, I have to capitalize because I'm not stunned. Women, something good can be right there. The best option that ever came across their path, they can turn that away. Not really knowing fully what they're doing. Because they think it's just fine. Someone else will come around. Da, 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 da. There's always something else. Time goes on, time goes on, time goes on. Women have no sense of urgency. It's absolutely ridiculous because women have less time than we do. The truth is, their time just comes first. But overall, we have more time than they do to get a partner that we really want. Women don't have a lot of time. Their time just comes first and it comes fast. Hence why they act the way they act. This is a brutal reality of dating. That is why men struggle early and often and hard. And you have to let this struggle build you fast as a man so you can have your pick of the litter as fast as possible. You're going to have an infinite amount of time. You're easily going to land a good woman. It could happen in your later 20s. It could happen by 30. It could happen in your early 30s, mid 30s, at 40. You have a lot of time. I just turned 30 this summer. It's never been better. It has never been better. And I see a lot of women, bro, struggling. Oh yeah, their time is ticking. It ain't used to be. It ain't the same, bro. Even by the time women are 23, 24, 25, it starts to get harder. It starts to get harder. The things men value: youth, beauty, purity above all. And purity goes under the category of them being pure, which means they're not traumatized. They have none of these problems. They are pure. Pure. They are sound, at least to some degree. Because women are never all the way fully sound. We know this. Their emotions make that to be that way. But you just understand what I'm saying. Women who are not pure, women who've been through a lot of stuff at a young age, an absolute nightmare. Psychologically messed. Nightmare. A living nightmare. Something you don't want to deal with. So, men are built through experience. Women get destroyed by experience. Women are supposed to be pure. Women are supposed to be angelic almost. Taken care of. They always have people around them that they trust. So if women grow up, they can't even trust their own parents. They can't even trust that their father's going to be around. They can't even really trust their own mom. It's going to do something to them. It's going to give them low self-esteem. They're probably going to sleep around for that extra validation from men, what they could not get from their dad. And it just gets worse and worse and worse. This is why women need to be taken care of and taken care of good. Because they can become real messed up, traumatized. It happens, bro. Like, man, I can't tell you guys the pretty girls I've seen before. We're talking hot blondes, bro, and they just look like a mess right now. Like, they're all sorts of messed up. Like, extremely messed up. And this is like a couple years later. They looked normal at first, even though they never were. They at least looked normal. They looked presentable. They didn't look fully gone yet, bro. Women can get worse with age. Way worse. I know even women, bro, that I've dated at 16 and they were like very pure. We're talking like a 1 body count. At 16, 17. And by the time she's 18, a 2 body count. By the time she's 20, we're talking a 20 body count. That's where it all goes wrong. That's where it all goes wrong. And now they're not even close to the same person, bro. You're looking at them, the way you used to look at them, bro, like they were like a human. Like with a soul, and like you guys could connect. And now it's like you see them, and it's like that same person just ain't there no more. They're a broken person, and they're coping. They're out all the time. They're coping. They're getting ran through by different men. And these men are going to take that up, bro. These men are going to strike. These men are going to do what they do. These women, bro, they think it's all fun and games. They think, oh, party, have fun when you're young and all this stuff. Y'all end up looking terrible. Terrible. They're not told the truth, bro. They're led astray. Women today are led astray. It's a brutal, brutal reality. And it's exactly why men like myself will never commit. We will literally never commit. Ever. No. Because if we're going to have a girlfriend, if we're going to have a wife, if we're going to go on and trust you and get married one day and everything else, do you think we can be with someone that does not have a soul? I don't think so. No, we're not. It's not going to happen. They don't think, bro. They don't think about things. They just consistently doing things they should not be doing. And it's very, very bad for them. It causes so much damage. They lose their self. They build up all this trauma. They never deal with it. They were failed. At some point in their life, they were failed. Could have been by a parent. Could have been by the first boyfriend they had and he was bad. They were failed. And it can lead them down a very bad, dark path, and they just think nothing of it. They're acting out of emotion. It's a survival mechanism. They feel like they need validation. They'll sleep with a bunch of men. At the time it feels good, but it destroys them. And they don't understand. And now they can't pair bond. And every man they look at, it's just like they have a little weird, scrunchy look on their face. And they're turned away by men now. And they start to resent men. They start to hate men. Because you're letting all this happen. My dear, like, what do you think is going to happen? If they give it up so easily to a man, they're going to take that, bro, and they're going to run for the high heavens, boy. They're going to run for the hills. Because they know this girl is not all there. This is the reality. Women who are sexually promiscuous, and you know who they are, cannot be trusted. If she could do something like that with you that quick, that fast, what else do you think she's done before you? What do you think she's going to do after you? You think it's just going to be a one and done? You think she's never done this before? This all leads to damage. Sometimes women think in their heads, oh, I'm going to get with this guy and I'm going to make him like me and I'm going to give him the best sex he's ever had in his life and blah, 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 blah. And he gets it and she gives it up and she tries to put on her best performance. And you know what? This guy got that and now he wants nothing to do with her. He goes cold. He goes ghost. That is because you were easy. You gave it up easy. You're just a booty call. You're not a girlfriend. You're not a wife. You're not going to be the mother of his children. You showed him already what you're about. Why would you do it just for him? As if you haven't done this with other people. As if you're not going to go ahead and continue to do this with other people. You're just for fun. That's all it is. So, yeah. And then there's the women that they want to try to fool a man into thinking, oh, I don't do this on the first date. Or I wait for all this. They want to wait till marriage now. They want to wait for this now. They want to wait till later on now. No man is going to fall for that. You can already see it through you. You've already done all this stuff in the past. There you go. There you go. Because they know if they give it up, you're going to take that and you're going to leave, because many women have these experiences where they do give it up quick. They thought it was going to work, but it backfired. And now they try to switch up their strategy. They start to panic. What can I do to get a man to take me seriously? Blah, 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 blah. I'll tell you what you can do to get a man to take you seriously. And it's up to you if you want to listen or not. Be young, be pure, and be presentable. Don't be a 304. Don't have a 304 past. If you already have that, you're pretty much cooked. If you have a couple bodies, that'll be fine. If you have this big 304 past, it's not fine. It never will be fine. That's what you chose. And we are sorry if you went through things in life and that's just what happened. I mean, you cannot right that wrong. God will forgive you. Most men are not going to sit there and just do the same. Most men are not going to take you on. Because they have something to lose. That's what women don't understand. Bro, women tell themselves all the time, bud. They tell themselves all the time. There's so many women that are leading, they're going down this path to nowhere. And it's going to be bad. It's going to be ugly. They're going to despise men, bro. I've went out a lot this summer that passed, and I have heard women scream, I hate men. Out and about, bro, in public. You would never hear a man say that. I don't think I've ever once in my life heard a man actually say, I hate women. I don't think I've ever heard it one single time in my whole life. The amount of times that I have heard women say, I hate men is ridiculous, bro. I went on a date this summer. Near the end of summer, I think it was the start of September. I went on a date with this girl. And man, like, she actually looked good. Like, on her social media and in person, she looked good. I didn't I didn't know for sure. I figured from the university she went to and graduated at, I figured, you know what, she probably had some experiences, but she looked pretty good. She looked fairly presentable. She had a nice family and stuff like this. So I'm thinking in my head, like, okay, well, let's meet her at least and see what happens. Bro, I met her, and instantly it was just about all this BS. She told me about certain things. She ended up saying, like, hours into the date, that she hates men, but she loves dick. And I was like, I obviously had no reaction to that, but like in my head, I was like, who says that, bro, on a first date? Imagine if I said that on a first date with a girl. I hate women, but I love pussy. That is absurd. That is absurd. Absurd. Bro, that is what she said. Straight up. As soon as I heard stuff like this, I'm like, yeah, I ain't gonna see this girl again. No chance. Not a choice of a chance of a shot by. And I just shrugged it off as if it never even mattered, and I just continued on the date. We're just walking, hiking through the woods. And I'm just thinking in my head, oh yeah, this girl's something else by. I'm going to tell you guys the exact reason why this girl hates men. She hates men because she gave herself up to many men. And when you do this, you will get punked and you will get dumped. And these men aren't going to want nothing to do with you for real. Because this is all you've done. And women who give themselves up like that are never going to get taken seriously. And they are so see-through. They are so predictable. You just don't respect her. A man is not going to be with a woman that he doesn't respect. If you give up what's between your legs like this, he's going to lose some amount of respect for you. As far as making you like his girlfriend, it's just not going to happen. Women don't understand men, bro. That's the problem. They don't understand us at all. They know we like sex and stuff like this. They don't understand what it takes to become a girlfriend. They don't understand what it takes to become a wife. They think it should just be handed to them. They're entitled to think that they should just because it's them, they should be a girlfriend all of a sudden and become a wife and all this stuff. They don't understand that it is a process, just like it's a process for us to get with women sexually. Every woman ain't gonna just give it up to us. That's not how it works. It is a process for us to get there, just like it's a process for a woman to become a girlfriend, to become a wife, because we are the one that are gonna give them the title to do so. This is a brutal reality of dating. And if this stuff is not understood, all hell is gonna break loose. I'll see you guys in the next video. God willing, God bless. We'll see y'all at the top.